It is August 3rd. It is a Friday. And I am back in the United States of America. Watch the other videos. Long story short, like basically if you keep 100. I've been trying to get into this PhD program and PhD programs in general since 2000. What am I doing? I'm chilling, dog. I am chilling. Hi. So it's been a minute, right? I know. What is today's date? It is August 3rd. It is a Friday. And I am back in the United States of America, in my hometown in New Jersey. So I have officially moved out of Belgium and I'm visiting family, and then I'm going back to my state of residence in Michigan in September to start my PhD program in biomedical sciences at the University of Michigan. Go blue. So I really don't even know I never know what I talked about in the last video. How does it feel to be back? I feel like that's probably the number one question people have, that people want to know. I feel fine. I feel great. I feel happy. I'm happy to be home. I'm happy to be in a more familiar environment with a network of friends and family and people that I know. It's nice to drive around in my car again. It's nice to go to spots and see people that I went to high school with. I visited some friends in DC, so I got to see some of my college buddies, and I am genuinely looking forward to going back to Michigan to start school. Crazy. I know some of my other videos I was like boohooing and crying and like I don't want to go and this and that, but I don't know. I'm happy to be back. And I think the two are not mutually exclusive. Like I can love Belgium and also love my, home country. So yeah, no, I don't feel homesick with respect to Brussels. I'm not like crying about not being able to get croissants and pastries whenever I want. One, that's probably because for those who follow me on Instagram, the Nigerian Queen, spelled normally, no spaces, no dashes, no number, the Nigerian Queen. Y'all saw that I was living my best life. Like, left no stone unturned. Like, I really enjoyed myself. I ate all the waffles, I ate all the fries, I ate all the chocolate. So, like, I'm Gucci. Like, I think I ate enough European food to be like, I'm good till the next time I go back, because there's obviously going to be a next time. So no, I'm surprised, to be honest. I thought I would kind of like spiral into a depression, not depression, but like, I don't know, just be really sad about coming back. So I'll tell you guys like an interesting story, meaningful story for me. So as I was boarding my flight back to the US, excuse me, in Brussels, and it was starting to hit home, and I was just like, man, I'm really like, as I started closing my bank accounts and my phone and TV and internet, and like really packed up my place, did my inventory, got my security deposit back, thank you Jesus. It started really hitting home like, yo, I'm really leaving. Because up until my very last day, it didn't feel like I was leaving, like I don't know, it just felt like I was just living my life and just traveling. And I'm like, maybe it'll take me being back in the US, not buying a flight back to Brussels, to realize that I'm not going back. And maybe, who knows, maybe it still hasn't hit me yet. Maybe it'll hit me when I like move into Ann Arbor. I don't really know. But I had my little Fulbright tag on my book bag, and this woman who works at the embassy, I believe she said, recognized my tag. And she's like, oh, congratulations on your Fulbright. And, she's like this older woman, like super fly, super stylish, super warm. Like, we were just chatting about our experiences, and I told her that I was really sad to leave. I was just like, I don't know, like, I don't really want to go back. And, I really had one of the best years of my life in Belgium. And she said it so confidently, so nonchalantly, and just so, like, reassuringly. She was like, you can go back. You can come back. She's like, that's what I did. She did a study abroad in college and then found her way back. And now she's been living and working in Brussels for over 30 years, I believe she said. And I don't know, just seeing someone who, like, was, just looked like well put together. I don't know, it was just really encouraging. And she's just like, you didn't get a Fulbright for nothing. Like, you are smart, you're intelligent, you're driven, like, You can do whatever you want and go wherever you want, be whoever you want to be, wherever you want to do it. And, you know, after that, like, brief interaction, I get on the plane and I start crying. Like, I'm basically like silent crying as I'm boarding my seat, and I'm like, I really don't need people to think like I'm being abducted or like forced onto this plane or something, you know? Like, the emotions just really started hitting me as I boarded the plane. But I don't know, somehow I feel like that conversation with her really, maybe subconsciously and consciously, just, I don't know, helped me transition back. Like, maybe that's, who knows, if I hadn't had that conversation, maybe I would have, I don't know, been more sad to be back. I don't really know, but it was just really encouraging to see someone who's already done it. You know, she's married, she has children. Like, it's not impossible. You can do it at any stage of your life. So for me, like, the wheels in my head are certainly turning, because I'm definitely considering doing a postdoc in Europe. I would like to move to Paris, move to France, and I'm really, really committed. Like, I really want to be fluent in French, and I've just learned for me, like, I'm not the greatest self-studier. I kind of need push. I need motivation. So I think I'm just really going to have to be in a full immersion program, or in a situation where nobody around me can speak English, that they can only speak French. And I think it'll take me a year to be fluent at working proficiency. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, I feel fine. Like, I'm actually genuinely happy to be back. I'm genuinely happy to start my PhD program. And for those who've watched the other videos, long story short, like, basically, if we keep it 100, I've been trying to get into this PhD program and PhD programs in general since 2012. 6 years. Six of those years included me working as a research technician for 2 years, getting a master's degree in 2 years, and then my gap year, which I guess doesn't really count. But I mean, it's been a long time coming. So I think this experience is something that I will never, ever, 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 ever take for granted, because I worked my butt off to get here. I know, because the program I'm starting rejected me last year. So, not salty. I'm not salty because I'm still starting in September. You feel me? But no, but honestly, like, I think maybe if I had more of a traditional path getting to graduate school, like, maybe I'd be like, oh, I don't want to go, I don't want to start. But no, I'm ready. Like, I'm excited for the training I'm about to get. I'm getting all of these emails from PIBS, Program in Biomedical Sciences, all these resources, these extra funding. Like, I'm just really, really excited to get the training that I want as a scientist, because I know I'm about to graduate from this program and be a beast. I'm going to be a beast. I'm going to be a beast. Like, I'm ready to graduate and be like, yeah, I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I can help your company do this. Yeah, I can be a professor in this lab. Yeah, I can, like, I know I'm going to leave knowing, like, I can learn, do, conquer, and be anything. I mean, I already feel that way, but you know. Anyway, so yeah, that's really it. What have I been doing? What am I doing? I'm chilling, dog. I am chilling. Visiting friends, visiting family, just enjoying my summer. A few people in my program, my department, whatever, school, were like, oh, do you want to start rotations in the summer? In July, I was like, absolutely not. No, I'm gonna take this summer off. So nah, for real, I'm just enjoying my time. And you know, I have basically till the end of August until I move back, and I'm full time. So that said, let's like tangent but related. Things that were frustrating about moving. Not frustrating, but just, I don't know, stressful. Closing all of my accounts. So I use TransferWise to send myself my security deposit back. And I had to close my accounts with ING. So I went in person to ING and I said, I want to close all of my accounts. I'm moving out of the country. These fools closed my checking account, but not my savings account. And I've been trying to reach somebody from my branch in Brussels for like the past 2 weeks, and I haven't heard from anyone. So I had to clap back, whatever, on Twitter and be like, hey y'all, I've been trying to reach somebody. I need to ensure that my savings account is closed, just to confirm. No, my savings account is still open with a $0 balance. I'm like, why would I go in person to close one account and not the other and withdraw all of the money that I had? Okay, so now I'm probably going to have to write a formal letter to the branch stating that I want the account closed. I contacted someone on Twitter. They're like, oh, send them a letter. And I'm like, are you guys stupid? Anybody can write a letter. I need to speak with their representative so I can confirm what I need to do to ensure that this account is closed. Because if y'all try to charge me for an account that I went to close in person, I'm not paying a single penny, because y'all should have closed it and it's your fault. Anyway, I'm already getting annoyed with this, because this is exactly what I did not want to happen. That's my fault. I should know. I should be positive thinking. You know, whatever you focus on is what manifests, negative or positive. So I should have, that's, you know, whatever, it's cool. But I'm just like, it's just annoying that I now have to deal with this. Still haven't heard from them. I'm not calling them because it's an international number, so they need to contact me, right? I am not paying those fees, so y'all can put me on hold, not answer, and then give me the runaround. So whatever I have to do to handle that, I will figure it out. And then my Proximus account, so that's, Proximus is like, I guess the equivalent to Xfinity, so it's like TV, cell phone, and internet. So I had that. Basically, I went to the store in person to pre-schedule the closing of all of my accounts. So everything was canceled the day that I flew out, so that went smoothly. And then I returned my Proximus equipment, and I've just been trying to find ways online to verify that they've received the equipment. Of course, there's no way for me to do that. Of course, no one's responding to my messages. Of course, I cannot get in contact with them. So at the end of the day, I returned the equipment the way that they told me to, you know, and I'm just like, can y'all just let me know? Like, I'm not trying to have, like, some, like, you know, bill collecting agency after me. And first of all, I don't live in Belgium anyway, so y'all not gonna get your money, and I don't have any euro, so you're still not gonna get your money. But yeah, anyway, that said, you know, as someone who does things in advance, and then in advance of being in advance, like, to make sure that, you know, I've dotted my I's and crossed my T's, it's still kind of annoying that two pretty major parts of my, you know, financial life abroad aren't like 100% settled. So it's fine. Like, I know it's going to work out. If I got to, you know, whatever, I'll handle it. This is nothing, but it's just kind of, that was kind of annoying. My security deposit, so getting that back was super stressful. Like, so my landlord is like a godsend, honestly. Like, she was so chill. Like, she let me do my inventory like 2 weeks before I was moving out. So the way they do it in Brussels is, so one of the ways, which is kind of like highly recommended, what you do is you create an account for your security deposit. So my security deposit was 1,200 euro. That's like $1,300. Put that in perspective. And basically, it's a blocked account that I cannot access, and those funds cannot be released without my signature and my landlord's signature. So the idea being that the funds are protected on either end, right? Like, we both have something, we're both invested in this what they call a rental guarantee, or this blocked account, right? It's not money that my landlord has and says, oh, you're not getting it back. Like, it's on the both of us. So we have to come to a mutual understanding. So when I leased the apartment, you know, she went through and checked everything and did an inventory because it was fully furnished. So I'm talking, it came with a bed, plates, towels, soap, furniture, like everything. I didn't need to buy a single thing for that apartment. Like, it was completely decorated, like pictures, mirrors, you name it, right? So, I mean, I paid attention, but like, it was her and some other dude who basically only spoke French. So they did their little inventory. I was like, cool, bet. A year later, she comes in with her husband, I guess, and they come to do this inventory. Listen, they turned over couch cushions. They were like, you know, checking the tops of cupboards and stuff. Like, granted, I didn't have anything to be concerned about because I took care of the space as if it were my own. But it was just really nerve-wracking because they were there for like an hour or less, and I had one of my friends from lab who speaks French like come, so she could translate. I could ask questions and stuff. So it ended up going really well. But in that moment, I realized that I'm very lucky that my landlord was kind and gracious and honest and understanding, but that really could have gone awry had it been anyone else. Like, she, you know, so for example, there was a stain on my couch that I wasn't aware of, and I'm pretty sure I put it there. I just don't know when it happened. And rather than making me pay for like a new seat cushion, she just like turned it inside out and then turned the cushion over. She's like, okay, no problem. Whereas my friend was like, somebody else would have charged you for that. That would have come out of your security deposit. So things like that. Like, she really was looking out for me. So, you know, universe, presence, God, thank you. But yeah, I was just like, okay, the next time that I lease a place like that, I really need to, like, I need to take pictures. I need to have video footage. I need to have someone there present because, I mean, it was just really nerve-wracking because the woman was thorough. You know what I'm saying? Like, thorough. But I was also honest, so I told her up front, like, oh, I broke a few glasses, this and that. So I ended up having to pay like 30 euro to like replace the shower curtain and replace some dishes and stuff that I broke. So for example, my shower curtain, there were some stains on the curtain that were there when I moved in, but she insisted that they weren't. Shower curtain's like 13 bucks. So she was like, oh, it's not expensive, you can just buy a new one. You know, or things like the grime in the toilet that were there when I moved in. She was like, oh no, this toilet was spotless, it was completely white. I'm like, nah, I would have, no, I would remember that. So like little things like that. So I think for me, like I said, it was just a good lesson for me to like just be very vigilant and really take care when I do things like that, when I lease things like that, to just be, you know, make sure that I have my back covered, because I'm, you know, I may not always have someone who's looking out for me like the way they were. And she was very, very kind, very understanding. So got all my money back. That was cool. And then what else? The timing of closing my account. So I didn't realize it takes actually several days to get that blocked account released. So I had her, she signed the document for me to get my money back, and I didn't get it back until literally like 2 days before I had to leave Belgium. Which was kind of inconvenient because I had to use I wanted to use that cash while I was in Belgium, but I ended up having to transfer it, but it's fine. TransferWise is the bomb. Fee was only like €5, so to send all of that money to myself. But yeah, just kind of like timing and thinking about things, like I don't really know how else that would have worked, considering that it takes about a week to get your funds back. Most people probably wouldn't have released my security deposit until I moved out, you know, things like that. Like just dotting your I's and crossing your T's. If anyone's ever going through this or moving somewhere, just these are things to think about and discuss with your landlord ahead of time. Like, I'd like my security deposit 2 weeks in advance. We can sign a contract saying it needs to be in the same state before I hand you the keys, you know, things like that. Yeah, the timing of canceling the phone and internet and all of that stuff, I gave myself a cushion of 1 day. So I think my plan technically canceled the day after I arrived in the US. That way I could use my Belgian number. I had internet when I was leaving in the morning, so I could call my Uber, little things like that. And then what else did I close? Yeah, like I said, the bank account thing was kind of annoying. But other than that, you know, it was pretty cool. It was pretty smooth. You know, I spent my last few days on like vacation with friends who are visiting me in Brussels. Had a chance to go to Barcelona for a week with some friends from college. I got a chance to drive to France for a day to watch the World Cup finale in freaking Paris, which was insane. It was wild, hands down one of the best experiences of my life. To be in the winning country watching the game when they win the World Cup, like, we went back and forth about whether we were going to do it. You know, I had never driven in Europe before, let alone Brussels and Paris, 2 places I would never want to drive willingly, let alone driving to the Champs-Elysees with all these super hype, super crazy, you know, France football fans and such. But like, you know, my friend Wale was like, you know, this is going to be a story you tell your grandchildren that you were there when they won the World Cup. And I was like, all right, whatever. But after like living through that and experiencing it, I'm like, yo, this was totally worth it. I was so happy that we went. It was just, I mean, I honestly can't even put to words how amazing that experience was. It was insane. Like, it was, yeah. Anyway, it was crazy. It was crazy. Like, that's all I can say. It was crazy, totally worth it. Right place at the right time. So, now that I'm home, like I said, I mean, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I need to tell y'all. Anything else people have been asking me? Not really. Other than what's next, there are some fellowships that I want to look to apply for. I need to choose labs that I want to rotate in the fall. I'm not really sure what the time frame of that is, like when I'm supposed to reach out to people and stuff like that. So that's something that's kind of new to me. But I have a feeling now is probably around the time I should be doing that. But yeah, so what else? Fair warning to consider like incomeless periods of time. I saved money on the side for myself because I knew I wouldn't be getting any funding between August and September. So basically I have no money coming in until I start school as a graduate student. And so I planned for that. So like that's good. I'm on a tight budget, but you know, it's not anything OD. Just something to keep in mind, those kind of transitional periods, you know, keeping your Bank of America account above $1,500 so they don't charge you a $12 maintenance fee. Come on. I'm a student. Stuff like that. But yeah, it's just, it's been a perfect summer. I need this time off. I've been enjoying it and just doing what I want, when I want, lounging about, laying on the couch, watching movies, reading books, you know, visiting friends in DC, turning up in DC. And I don't really have any other major trips planned other than moving back to Michigan. So, you know, I had to save money for that, you know, for gas and packing and renting stuff and all that. So that is it. That is the update I have for you guys for the month of August. I don't really know, like I mentioned in another video, I don't really know where this channel is going to go. I'm probably going to keep it up and maybe talk about my grad school journey. People seem to have a lot of questions about that, like friends and people on social media. If people have questions about Fulbright, or, you know, you're thinking of the upcoming cycle, things of that nature, then, you know, I'm just going to post when I feel like something's on my heart and I want to share. So if you find it helpful, then great. And I guess. So yeah, that's it. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.